Imagine waking up one morning at 70 years old. You brew your tea, sit by the window, and watch the sun pour across the street. And here's the surprising truth. If you don't have a group of friends calling you every week, you may actually be happier than you think. That sounds shocking, right? We're told all our lives that friends are essential, that without a buzzing social circle, we're lonely or missing something. But after 70, the rules change. And today, I'll share 6 powerful reasons why you don't need friends in the way you once did, and how embracing independence can actually bring more peace, freedom, and joy into your life. So stay with me, because reason number 6 might completely change the way you see aging. And before we dive in, make sure you hit subscribe so you never miss the wisdom that can make your later years the happiest years. Think back for a moment to when you were 30 or 40. Your calendar was probably full. Weddings, kids' birthdays, work dinners, vacations with friends. At that stage of life, friends feel like oxygen. You can't breathe without them. But with age, something shifts. Researchers call it socio-emotional selectivity. Psychologist Laura Carstensen from Stanford found that as people get older, they naturally narrow their social circle, keeping only the relationships that truly matter. Carstensen, Stanford Center on Longevity. This isn't loneliness, it's wisdom. You stop chasing numbers and start cherishing quality. So the first reason you don't need a wide circle of friends after 70 is this. Fewer connections often mean deeper peace. You conserve your energy for what really matters. Reason number 2. Less drama, less stress. Think about it. Friendships can sometimes bring tension, misunderstandings, expectations, or even gossip. In our younger years, we put up with it because we feel we need the company. But studies show stress takes a heavier toll on older bodies. According to the American Psychological Association, chronic stress raises the risk of heart disease, memory problems, and weaker immunity. APA, stress effects on the body. So by stepping away from draining relationships, you're not isolating yourself. You're protecting your health. Every peaceful morning becomes medicine. Reason number 3, freedom to live your own rhythm. In your 70s, you've earned the right to shape each day exactly how you want. If you feel like spending hours in the garden, you do it. If you want to nap after lunch, there's no one to pull you into plans you don't enjoy. A survey by AARP found that over 70% of older adults value independence as the #1 ingredient of happiness. AARP, Aging and Independence Report. Friendships are wonderful, but they sometimes come with obligations. Visits you don't want to make, outings you don't feel up to. When you don't depend on friends for happiness, you're free. Completely free to follow your own rhythm. And that kind of freedom is priceless. Now let's talk about reason number 4. You become closer to yourself. It may sound unusual, but solitude is one of life's greatest teachers. In quiet moments, you reconnect with your own thoughts, your memories, your values. The poet Rainer Maria Rilke once said, "The only journey is the one within." And science backs this up. A study published in the Journal of Aging Studies showed that older adults who spent more time alone, by choice, reported higher levels of life satisfaction and creativity. Journal of Aging Studies, Solitude in Later Life. Without constant chatter from others, you learn to hear your own voice more clearly. You rediscover the books, the music, the hobbies that once made you come alive. And that's a friendship no one can take from you. But let's not ignore the elephant in the room. We're often told that without friends, loneliness will crush us. That brings us to reason number 5. Loneliness and solitude are not the same. Loneliness is the pain of wanting company and not having it. Solitude is the peace of choosing your own company. The key difference is choice. When you choose independence, you're not cut off from the world. You still connect with family, neighbors, or even through community groups if you want. But you no longer cling to friendships out of fear. And here is the surprising part. Research from the University of Chicago shows that feeling lonely is more about perception than the actual number of people around you. Cacioppo, loneliness, human nature, and the need for social connection. That means you can have dozens of friends and still feel lonely. Or you can have none, and feel perfectly content. It is not about how many friends you have. It is about how you experience your own company. And finally, reason number 6. Independence makes you stronger for the people who do matter. Because here is the truth. Even if you don't need a wide circle of friends, you probably still want to be present for your children, your grandchildren, or even your community. By living happily independent, you don't burden them with neediness. You're not waiting by the phone for someone to visit. You're already full, already content. And from that place of strength, your presence becomes a gift. Your family sees you not as someone to take care of, but as a source of calm, wisdom, and inspiration. Isn't that the legacy most of us want to leave? So let's recap. After 70, you don't need a crowd of friends. Because fewer connections mean more peace. Because less drama means less stress. Because independence gives you freedom. Because solitude deepens self-understanding. Because loneliness and solitude are worlds apart. And because independence makes you stronger for the people you love. These are 6 reasons why life after 70 can be richer without the weight of friendship obligations. It doesn't mean you push people away. It means you stop depending on them to define your happiness. You become your own best friend. And that may be the greatest gift of growing older. If this perspective opened your eyes, don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom on living your best life in your later years. And let me ask you, do you find joy in solitude, or do you still crave company? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story could inspire someone else watching today. Thank you for spending this time with me. And remember this, independence after 70 isn't loneliness. It's freedom. It's peace. And it's the beginning of a life lived fully on your own terms.